Hello and welcome to replay number 15 of Battle for Middle-earth 2. Let's take a look at a free-for-all on Buckland as the Uruk-hai. This is a 4-player free-for-all. I'm assuming 4K resources. We'll see about that, but that's most likely true. And here we go. Yep, it is definitely 4K. So we got myself, Destroyer, as Isengard here. We got Serva Delord as goblins over here. Poppy is goblins there, and another Uruk-hai is Threnwill. So 2 Uruk-hai, 2 goblins. Interesting matchup. This is a free-for-all, so it's all against all. And this goblin over here is opening with 2 goblin caves, and this one is doing a spider pit goblin cave combo. Uruk-hai down here, a barracks, and a furnace. Get some more furnace. Most likely getting alerts, as you might imagine. I've already got my alerts, and I'm going to attempt to kill the cave troll for levels and get the cave troll money as well, plus levels. I've opened with 2 barracks, so I'll be getting some swordsmen and some crossbows. I feel that's a strong start for 4K Uruk-hai. Goblins here, continuing to make goblin caves and goblin spam here. I'm not sure how effective that will be, considering he has a spider pit with spiderlings, which are good against swordsmen. So, and they are the fastest unit in the game, so he won't be able to outrun him or anything. Although that Goblin King belongs to the top right goblin who is spamming, so he does have Goblin King plus goblin spam. So potentially this could be a very good combo. I'm making more crossbows, more swordsmen. My Lurtz is now level 3. He has his carnage. He's gotten all the money and levels off of this cave troll, which is great. And I think I will move to the top white layer, yep. And I will attempt to do the same there. Meanwhile, goblins here. Looks like he's getting into the other goblin's base. Hasn't made a move yet. There he goes. He's going to harass, trying to destroy as many buildings as he can. This is a fissure, so fissure coming up from him. Meanwhile, he's attacking him at the same time, with Gorkill the Goblin King in his party of his goblins. And his Gorkill is level 3, so he is mounted at least, which is good against these little goblins. And spiderlings as well. He's used the cave bats here to lower the attack and resistance of these guys. Probably just the damage, so he can continue to destroy buildings as he pleases. And here I'm moving out. The other Uruk-hai has built a Saruman. Very expensive hero to do, but very good hero nonetheless. His army is a swordsman and a crossbow at the moment, plus a Saruman. Meanwhile, my army is alerts, 2 crossbows, 2 swordsmen, and 2 pikemen. So I have a very strong army. And fortunately I'm not being harassed by goblins, because that would make my life difficult. Having to chase them all around, trying to stop them from destroying my stuff. But while they fight on, I will attack this Uruk-hai down here. He now has his Lurtz, but his Lurtz will be level 1, so not near as good as mine. Plus I get leadership from my Lurtz, and Cripple Strike, and all these good abilities that he does not get. And there I throw up the Creebane to lower his attack and resistance. And here comes Saruman doing good damage. Fire is killing all my crossbows here. These crossbows should be okay. I do have Carnage, and his Saruman is a lot of trouble. He's going to lose his Saruman, pretty much, undoubtedly. Yep. Very costly for him. Very unfortunate. Goblins now have a Troll the Stick. Very powerful unit. Especially against these. They won't have a chance with that stick. But he does have a counter. He does have half-troll Marauders. So will he be able to use them effectively? Hopefully, for him. For his sake. He's still doing good damage though. And down goes the troll. Here I'm chasing off some goblins. And he's now transitioned to Warg Riders. He decided to Warg Pit, and yeah, he's gonna harass me with some Warg Riders. Meanwhile, I'm working on getting my upgrades. Upgraded Uruk-hai are always great. And Uruk-hai are usually the team who gets upgrades first, aside from goblins. At least that I've found. I have gone to make battering rams. Battering rams are very strong. If he's unable to stop these battering rams, then he will lose the game, because they will take down his fortress very quickly. So I feel this is a good strategy sometimes, to back up your army with battering rams. Because if I have an army right here, battering rams in the middle of it, he will not be able to get to those battering rams in time. It's a strong strategy, but doesn't always work. It's fun at least. Here comes the Wildman from, what's this guy's name again? Serva de Lord. Let's call him Serva. And Poppy down here now has some Spider Riders. So he's got Spider Rider. He's got all sorts of units now. Though he doesn't have trolls yet. This guy has the trolls. Trolls and Goblin Warriors and Wildman of Dunland. Meanwhile, we go back over here. There is an engagement, and I have managed to get a battering ram up to his fortress, as well as some swordsmen. He's trying desperately to get his swordsman to this battering ram, but it's too late. His fortress is down. Very destructive battering ram. Very underused and underappreciated unit, but is very good. And here I target his builder to make sure he can't run off and build a barrack somewhere. And he has quit the game. He has been defeated because he knew he was going to die there. It's only a matter of time. So now it is me and two goblins. Two goblins being occupied with each other. Very much so. Very good for me. I can continue to expand downward with resources if I feel I want to. And I probably should. I also have this outpost, which is helping me greatly. Always try to capture the outpost if you can, because they generate tons of resources over time. 60 a tick adds up. It adds up quick. So let's go back down here while my army amasses in the middle. He does have a troll on the fort. It's going to be a while before that that arrow kills it. And this goblin might be in trouble. Poppy might be in trouble here. He does have two trolls. And I'm thinking he might lose his fortress here. Let's see, he has a level 5 attack troll. Oh, there goes his fortress. Yep. Sucks for him, yeah, definitely. Cave trolls are very strong in 1.6. They've always been strong in every patch. But I think their armor is increased in this patch or something. It just seems that way. I could be talking nonsense. But in comes my army. I do have my alerts so I will be able to kill these spider riders fairly easily, hopefully before they trample all my archers. And he does trample my archers, but I did set my pikes into it. So this goblin is pretty much dead at this point. I do have a battering ram here as well, so continuing to bring the pain with the battering rams. And then it will just be a one-on-one Uruk-hai versus goblins. But at this point, I have Devastation and Creebane, and I also have some power points left over. Goblins have Wildman, and I think I'm absorbing the wrong goblin. Yep, that is true. He has the Wildman and the Cave Bats, and he also has 12 power points remaining. Possibly saving up for a level 15 power, maybe the Watcher. Very good power. So it looks like I'm building more troops and gathering them up. Possibly to finish off this goblin here. It will not be an easy task, but it's not too bad. He does have his gore kill again. Level 4, so he does have leadership. Leadership's always a useful thing to have. He does have an army of goblin warriors, but I have a stronger army. Especially since I have crossbows, which are very strong against these little weak goblins. And I don't think he'll be able to win with just these little weak goblins. It would be very difficult. I also have battering rams still. Still playing around with battering rams. And look at that, just one shot's a building. A farm. Sounds like Gorkill has died as well. And I also have my Saruman. So that will come in handy with these giant groups of troops. And he has thrown up his cave bats, but at this point it's kind of a waste because there's no army left to use it on. Hopefully I'll be able to kill it. There it goes. Now I can go with full armor and damage. Hopefully get this battering ram up to the fortress. These spiderlings will... Spider hull expansions will cause a problem for me. And they're very good at stopping battering rams, as you can see. Kill my battering ram very fast. But I do have an overwhelming army here. It would be very hard to stop in the goblin's position right now. I'm concentrating alerts on these spider hull expansions because those are very devastating to my army. I've also picked up the ring. Not that it matters at this point in the game, but that is the thing. Here comes the Watcher from the enemy. That will probably force me to retreat. I have lost my alerts. My Saruman is just about dead. And yeah, looks like I'm having to retreat, but I still have a thing of pikemen here. Continuing to do damage. They are level 5, so they're very strong. Looks like I will try and get them out of there. Good move by me. No reason to let them die for no reason. These are the enemy wildmen, looks like, chasing me across the map, trying to kill my Saruman. I do have berserkers now, and some warg riders. I'm not building troops at the moment, which is a little strange. Here comes another battering ram. And it looks like he switched all his things to arrow towers, which will be a mistake on his part. He would have been much better off with the spider hull expansions again. But I believe at this point he is pretty much dead. It'd be very hard to recover from this position. I now have 2 battering rams and a thing of level 5 pikemen and a Saruman. as well as that, and I will continue to pump out troops. Some crossbows, some pikemen coming out. Power-wise, I have opted to get industry, so I'm going heavily on the money front. As you can see, my resources are quite high. But yeah, this game is pretty much at the conclusion, just about. Let's fast forward a little bit. There we go. Just to get through the little lull in action here. So Goblin King. Goblin King solo will not be enough to stop this. 3 battering rams. Very strong. And see, these arrow towers are nowhere near strong enough. These are much stronger against stopping melee troops and battering rams. And I don't feel these were a good idea, but I don't think it would have mattered, to be perfectly honest. And down goes his fortress. And yeah, that was a pretty good game. Well played to everyone else and myself, I suppose. And yeah, that was fun. And I will see you guys in the next replay.